Well, hello. Today I wanted to do a segment of the church of tomorrow morning, but I'm only talking about church because I don't want to express myself in ways that seem unbecoming. But I heard a rumor that MAGA and some portions of the Latino community would like to see ICE start deporting African Americans or Black Americans. Well, that's kind of sad because, when it is the time for people to come together, some people think it's the time to try to throw some people under the bus. But you see, they've forgotten that we've been lynched, burned, breeded, and we've had every possible thing imaginable done to us in this United States of America. So we don't really mind, and we expect people to come for us. But the fact of the matter is, when the Constitution was actually ratified, they called us 3/5 of a person. Indians, they barely recognized. I didn't see anything in there about Magna or either Latinos at the time. Now, if you have been keeping up with things, there's a man named Albert Perry, whose gene, Y chromosome, genetics, was some of the oldest that they ever found, I guess, on this earth. And what I'm trying to tell you is that Africans are a lot older than most people think. Just like the other day I saw what Japanese look like a long time ago, some time ago, what Chinese look like, what Indians over there look like. They were very dark. They even looked like black Indians, you know what I'm saying? Well, what I'm trying to really tell you is that 300,000 years ago, when you were just, some of you were just coming out of the caves. Some of you had your dark grandfathers, grandmothers, you're black ones. You understand? Because at one time it got to be where you decided that you were going to become as close to European as possible, thinking that was going to save you. And it did not save you. What it did was put you in the crosshairs, and it actually tried to work against us. It seems that everybody, even ourselves, try to work against us. But we are very hard to get rid of. And we should be, because we are the root of the tree. You're the branches. So no matter what you do, if you don't dig deep and dig out the roots of the tree and you kill that, you might as well just leave it alone, because we'll still be here. Now, one of the things that unity can do for us is to give us more voting power and hopefully quell some of the hatred and feelings that we have for us. See, we don't really have a problem a lot of times with your women, because your women are coming back home. Even if they don't know why they like black men, and I know that makes a lot of y'all hateful, but they're coming back home because they see something in us that they don't see in you. And a lot of it might be the type of actions that you exhibit. I expect some women to do the things that they do, but I don't expect some men, especially some of you that have African blood in you, that you really don't want there. You want the straight hair, you want the light skin. But no matter what you get, you're going to still be African at the very core. And those people that you hide, I know you love them, but you're embarrassed by them. You embarrass me, and you ought to embarrass your whole community, because when you try to sell out another person just because you catching hell, okay, usually it backfires. America is doing a lot of different things. I even heard that if you talk about Trump and ICE, they're talking about deporting you. So they're taking away freedom of speech. They're trying to take away what? The 14th and 15th Amendment too? And we all stand by and watch instead of grouping together and acting like a force that they can't deny, because once you unite, we not only have people in the United States that's fighting for us just like we're fighting for them, we have people outside of our territories, outside of our nation, who will fight for us if we get our things together. But make no mistake, whether you try to throw us under the bus or not, we survivors. Let me tell you something, Magna and Latinos. You didn't hang from trees. Or you might have been killed, but not the way that we were killed. You might have been breeded, and you might have accepted that breeding because you know that it was going to give you straight hair. Well, we had that too. Well, you know, in New Orleans, we had Creoles and we had all kind of people. You know what I'm saying? They made it an art, and they loved our women. But let me tell you something. If you can't look in the mirror and fight your own battles, if you want to go ahead on and try to throw black people in the cross, you know, like they haven't been done so before, shoot your best shot, baby. We still standing. And I'll tell you something. We still coming after you women. and we ain't gotta work hard, because you see, they like to see some men and the way that they treat them and the way that they stand up for themselves. Now, I have a lot of Latino guys that I've met, I have a lot of respect for. But when I go in these grocery stores sometimes, and when I go into different places, you act just like the Magnus, you know? People that didn't want us here but didn't build a goddamn thing. All they did is have their privileges and the things that they benefited from by our sacrifice. Try it on your own. Y'all know what y'all used to do each other when y'all were in the caves and y'all were in your own countries. That's why you ran your ass over here, you know? And they invited you over here because they needed you, because they knew that if we ever got together over here, we would run them out of here. And I don't understand that whatsoever, but that's what happened. That's the truth of the matter. Albert Perry, what they call, most people would have called him a slave during the days, but he had some DNA, a Y chromosome, that you intelligent Europeans didn't understand, did you? You thought you knew history. You always writing books. But the history is in our DNA. History is in the earth. History is in the ethos. History is where you can't find it. You can never, ever destroy it all.